So good morning, and as usual, champion is the first one. So today is my last lecture of Abhyas, and the topic is automation. In the crash course, I have touched upon some aspects of flexible manufacturing system programming and all these things. But Abhyas, I am not going to do that. So primarily, I will be focusing on some problems. And in the beginning, I will be giving some introduction of stepper motor. Because the stepper motor calculations are very, very important. Stepper motor calculations are very, very important. So approximately for 5 minutes, I will be speaking on that. And then I will get into the problems, okay now? So, and as usual, for new people. Now, for 2-3 minutes, I will be speaking on stepper. Suppose there is a signal. The signal is amplified. And after that it goes to a translator. What exactly translator does? It breaks the signal into pulses. The output of translator will be a pulse. Now it goes to a stepper motor. And the stepper motor is connected to a table. So what is the construction of a stepper motor? If you see the end view, the stepper motor is having slot. Okay, na? The stepper motor is having slot. Let us say NS is the number of slot in the stepper motor. Because now why I am briefing again? Because in GATE it is very, very important. You can say there is a very high probability that every year in GATE question may come from stepper motor. That is the reason I am revising for 5 minutes. So when the one pulse is received by the stepper motor, it advances by one step. So stepper motor will advance in a step, cut like this. It will advance in a step. So corresponding to one pulse, a rotation of stepper is nothing but 360 by NS. Okay, this is alpha. Alpha is called step angle. Step angle, number of slot. Now you have to be little careful. There is no formula as such, but use your knowledge of production engineering to give the solutions. Okay, na? Let us say P is the pitch. Of this lead screw. So one revolution of stepper linear advancement will be equal to 1 pitch. If the lead screw is a single start thread, in one rotation it will advance by 1 pitch. And if the lead screw of table is a double start, in one rotation it will advance by 2 pitch. Triple start, in one rotation it will advance by 3 pitch. So you have to be very, very careful while reading the question. You have to be very, very careful. Sometimes in the question of gate, one gearbox is also attached. Sometimes. Okay, so whether it's a reducing gear, that you have to see. All the gear ratio will be given to you. So either when the gear ratio is given or when the number of starts are given, no formula is used. Just the knowledge of production engineering will be required. Okay, now as the stepper motor is rotating, lead screw will move in this direction. Let us say N is RPM of a stepper, and N is equals to 60 FP by NS. This formula we have proved during the crash course. Okay, now the linear velocity of table is nothing but pitch into RPM. Let us say if the screw thread, lead screw is a double start, I will multiply by 2 here. Triple start, I will multiply by 2 here. So if you understand this overview of stepper motor, I am 100% sure you can hit every single problem. Just 5 minutes. I have spoken only for 5 minutes. And if you know this basics, 100% guaranteed, stepper motor, every problem you can hit. One pulse, stepper advances by tuck, one step angle. Okay. Now one rotation of stepper will be 1 pitch advancement of lead screw if it is a single start. If it is a double start, 2 pitch. One more thing also you should remember, corresponding to one pulse. This is a very important point. Corresponding to one pulse of stepper, it advances by 1 slot. So corresponding to one pulse, how much is the advancement of table? Corresponding to one pulse of stepper, how much is the advancement of table? That is the minimum advancement. That is the minimum advancement of table. This thing is called BLU, basic length unit, or table resolution, So corresponding to one pulse, how much is the advancement of table? It is the minimum advancement. That is called table resolution or basic length unit, BLU. That's it. In a crash course, we have gone these things in detail, but Abhyas, we want to quickly jump to the problems. So as usual, first problem is easy, and then I will increase the difficulty level, because automation is a small syllabus. Okay, so I may not take complete 2 hours today. So whenever the questions are over, I will stop. Okay, okay. So first question is easy. Start with the easy so that we get confidence. Yeah, we can hit it. For a 3-axis CNC table, what is the meaning of axis? Number of axis, like we say na, 2.5-axis machine, 3-axis machine, 5-axis machine. You know what is the meaning of that? In any NC or CNC machine, along how many planes I can do contouring. Machine is capable to do contouring along how many planes? 3-axis means machine can cut contours along 3 planes simultaneously. Contouring means there will be 2 stepper motors. Contouring means there will be 2 stepper motors, one along X, another along Y. And simultaneously I am controlling these 2 stepper motors. Okay, okay, it was a side point. Now read the question. For a 3-axis CNC table, the slide along the vertical axis of the table is driven by a DC servo motor. Kindly note that servo motors are used for heavy duty machines, and stepper motors are used for light machines. Via a lead screw nut mechanism, the lead screw has a pitch of 5 mm. So as the data is given, we will keep on writing. Some champions are there, they already got the answer. I know you are champions. Okay, na? Yeah, Sujesh. Okay. You know, first question was easy, but you know this Abhyas, it's a YouTube, it will be available all the time. Based on my 23 years of teaching experience, 2000 I started, year 2000. In any class, 10% students will be genius. Okay, no, but 90% students, either they are average or below average. So I have to cater to the needs of 90% students also. Okay, na? So that is the reason I will go systematically, so that our average student can also learn and become champion. Okay. So as the data is given, I am writing the data. The lead screw is fitted with a relatively incremental circular encoder. The basic length unit of the slide along the vertical axis of the table is 0.005 mm. So basic length unit is 0.005 mm. BLU means minimum increment that can be given to the table. Okay. When the table moves along the vertical axis by 9 mm, the corresponding number of pulses generated by the encoder. So total movement is 9 mm. Correct, na? Total movement is a 9 mm. So now we have to find out the number of pulses. One pulse, one step. So number of steps are not given to you. BLU is 0.005 mm. BLU is 0.005 mm. So number of steps in one revolution. How much it is? Now 5 mm is the pitch. BLU is 0.005. Comes out to be 1000. Is that okay, na? Is that all right, na? So you can say if it is a stepper motor, there are 1000 steps. Is that okay with everybody? Now I want to move 9 mm. In one revolution, see, some of you are champions, na? You have done without doing all this calculation. I am doing this calculation because I am teaching my average students also, so that they can also learn everything. One revolution of motor requires 1000 pulses. One revolution of motor requires 1000 pulses. To move 9 mm, number of revolutions required. See, one revolution 5 mm. To move 9 mm, how many revolutions are required? 9 by 5. Correct na? One revolution 1000 pulses. These many revolution, how many pulses? Number of total pulses 9 by 5 into 1000 comes out to be 1800 pulses. So I have gone step by step. I have gone step by step. No, देखो, see, because why we need support? The student, those who are joining coaching, why they are joining? Because they don't know much. So majority of the people will be the 90% category. So it's wrong that we are always focusing on 10%. We have to cater to the 90% also. Their level should also improve. Ultimately, everybody has to improve the level. Because unless until you improve the level, selection will not happen. Mug up this, by that way, selection will not happen. Selection will happen only when you raise the fundamentals. So everybody has to learn. 10%, they have to, let us say, study 1 hour. Your 90% janta, they have to study 3 hours to increase the level. But everybody has to raise the level. Okay, so 1800, answer will be B for Bombay. So easy. This problem was easy. This problem was easy. Very good, very good. Let us see the next problem then. Let us see the next problem. I personally feel if you are attentive in this lecture, you can score 2 marks in GATE. Okay, let us see what is the question. A CNC vertical machine has to cut a straight slot of 10. This is a PYQ. This is the PYQ. It's a previous year question. But somehow there was little error in this. I will tell you how. Has to cut a straight slot of 10 millimeter width. Space hai, chalo, space hai. So X, Y. So what the question is telling, between the point 0, 0 and 100, 100, so from O to A, I have to cut the slot along this line. My tool has to move along this line. And it's a 10 millimeter width slot. 10 millimeter width slot. If my tool has to move along this line, this will be 100 root 2. So this will be 100 root 2. Up to this point, everybody is clear? Up to this point, everybody is clear? See, in this question, there was an error. I will tell you why. What was the error? A CNC vertical machine has to cut a straight slot of 10 millimeter width and 2 millimeter depth by cutter of 10 millimeter diameter. Cutter of 10 millimeter diameter between point 0, 0 and 100, 100 on the XY plane. The dimensions in millimeter. The feed rate used for milling was 50 millimeters per minute. Feed rate is 50 millimeters per minute, how much is the machining time? How much is the machining time? Now, you please go by the correct fundamentals. In the machining time calculation, you must have studied that to machine this, it's a slot, na? Workpiece, cutter comes from here and finish it off. So cutter position, let us say this is the center. Cutter is moving from this side direction. That's the position of cutter. So length of cut will be 100 root 2 plus x. Some people call it as a compulsory approach, but there is no technical term like called compulsory approach. Okay, na? It's just basically, but we can say, but it's not a technical term, compulsory approach. So machining time calculation of lathe and all these things, we do these type of problems because the slot width is equal to the slot diameter. So x will be nothing but 5. X will be nothing but 5. So length of cut will be 100 root 2 plus 5. Generally the machining time is nothing but L by Fn, but feed is given in millimeters per minute. So millimeter divided by millimeters per minute. This thing will cancel out, answer will be in a minute. So machining time will be this L divided by 50, that many minutes, that is answer. So if you solve this, answer will be slightly more than the option given. So answer of this question will come. When you do not consider this. So that was an error in this question. Because if you consider the x value 5, answer is not matching. So but anyway, nearby answer we can hit. We can hit the nearby answer. So yeah, most of you are giving the correct answer. Yeah, most of you are giving the correct answer. Yeah, very good. It was an easy question. Most of you are giving the correct answer. But the concept should be clear. This was the answer provided by IITs. But technically speaking, there was an error. But in IITs, it's very, very rare. Not that every year there will be some mistake. No. It's very, very rare because IIT professors are very intelligent. Okay. Very good. Practically everyone solved this problem. Now, I'm increasing the difficulty level a little bit. Let us see. Third question is also easy one. This is also P by Q. After this, we have some, difficult problem after question number 3. So it's also easy one. So 2 P by Q I have taken. Question number 2 and question number 3 are P by Q, previous year questions. A tool of an NC machine has to move along a circular arc. See, such type of questions, do the construction. It will be easy. From 2020 to 1010 to 10, 10. While performing an operation, the center of the arc is 20, 10. Center of the arc is 20, 10. This is the origin. So I mean, the curvature will be like this. Radius of arc will be 10, and it is a counterclockwise direction. And it is a counterclockwise direction. So counterclockwise direction, our code is G03. Counterclockwise direction, our code is Z03. No, not both sides. Rohit Rajput, I will explain. First of all, let us finish this. I will explain. Rohit, he has given a very, very valid question. I will answer that. So such type of question, you do the construction. You do the construction, code will come out automatically. So Z03. Because only in this C, there is a G03 and R10. So as per the construction, only C option is available. It's a PYQ question. Question number 2 and question number 3 are PYQ. Okay. Easy one. So first 3 questions were easy. Now I would like to answer whatever Rohit is asking in the chat box. Whatever Rohit is asking in the chat box, I will answer it. Because the question number 2, we have done some machining time calculation. Machining time calculation we have done in question number 2. Because it's a very, very important question, and that has to be answered for gate. Let us say this is your work, and you would like to machine this much, and your cutter is here. I'm just fine tuning it. I'm not teaching the entire thing. I'm just fine tuning it. And this is the X. And whether it's a slam milling or face milling, you know how to calculate this X. Okay. Now, there are 2 types of machining process. Although it's question of 1 student, but I want all of you should hear very, very properly. Very, very important. Okay, na? There are 2 types of machining. There are 2 types of machining processes. One is called rough cutting. Another is a finish cut. Another is a finish cut. Okay. Now, what is rough cut? As soon as the machining is over, I will withdraw the cutting tool. Well, for 2 minutes, everybody should hear very, very carefully. Otherwise, if you are not attentive, zoop, it will go from your head. And such type of questions frequently appears in exams, so you have to be careful. So once again, let us clean our mind and hear it again, because it's a very, very important concept. I want all of you to hear properly. In rough cutting, Dwivedi, just hear me. Rough cutting, as soon as the machining is over, I would like to withdraw the cutter. Quite possible, cutter may be in contact with the workpiece. So if you are withdrawing the cutter, it may spoil the surface finish. But anyway, we are not worried about the surface finish. We want to remove material. So it's okay. So let us say L is the length of the work. So you say I will start cutting from here. So when the feed of L is given, after L, what is the position of the cutter? After L movement, what is the position of cutter? Is this? Still this much material is not machined. This is X, na? So to machine the material completely, I have to move X. So in rough cutting, generally it will be L plus X, rough cutting. But if it is a finish cut, cutter should be completely out of the work. I mean, at the time of withdrawing the cutter, cutter should not be in contact with the work. In finish cut, at the time of withdrawing the cutter should not be in contact with the work, otherwise surface finish will be spoiled. So it should be completely out. So what we do, suppose this is the work. I will start feed. Before cutter was in contact with the work, and I will continue the feed. Even when the cutter is completely out. This is called approach, and this is called overrun. Now here very carefully, again here there is a lot of confusion among students. When, once again, please be careful, because I have not discussed this topic completely. When numerical value of approach and overrun are given to you, it means it's a finish cut. Numerical value means, let us say approach 5 mm, overrun 10 mm. If the numerical value of approach and overrun are given to you, it means it's a finish cut. Situation will be like this. But suppose numerical value of approach and overrun are not given to you. Question says take approach and overrun same. Question says, because gate all type of permutation combination came. Question says approach and overrun are same. You know what the question is indicating? Take this 2x. That will be the length of contact. Here the overrun means like this, x. So approach and overrun are same, and numerical values are not given to you. Length of contact will be L plus 2x. So last 5 minutes, whatever I have spoken, it was a very important concept. And very frequently, practically every year, you will find questions from these certs. Every year. So you should not have any confusion. Now, based on whatever I was speaking last 5 minutes, if you have any question, put in the chat box. By the time I will see the next problem. Fourth question. Yeah. Fourth question onwards, we have some good quality question, difficult question. So we are continuing our automation, but whatever I have spoken in last 5 minutes, if you have any doubt, please let me know in the chat box. Read the question, and we will do it slowly. Read the question, that's the reason I am standing on the side, and then we will solve together. Okay, na? Read the question first. The work table of a positioning system is driven by a ball screw. Positioning system means pick and place. Pick from this place, place it. Pick, place. Pick, place. Positioning system means PTP system, point-to-point system, and it's a pick-and-place system. Okay. The work table of a positioning system is driven by a lead screw, ball screw, whose pitch is 6 mm. So my pitch is 6 mm. So as the data is given, I will keep on writing. Okay, there are some question, I think. Karmakar. Yeah. No. Karmakar. I have given that. No. Even after moving L distance, some portion was not machined. So we have to machine completely, na? So to machine completely, we have given additional feet of X. Okay, no problem. So what I feel now, again this last 5 or 10 minutes of portion, again you see video, you will get a much more clarity. Because if I would have taken, basically I will spend at least 2 hours on this only, whatever our summary I have given 5 minutes. The screw is connected to a output of a shaft of a stepper motor through gearbox whose ratio is 5:1. I told you, na? Make the diagram. Stepper. Here is a gearbox. And here is a lead screw. Okay, na? And this pitch is because green color you cannot see. P is 6 mm. And it's a gear ratio 5:1. 5 turns of the motor to 1 turn of the screw. Meaning, suppose the stepper motor makes 5 turns, lead screw will make 1 turn. It's reducing gear. Okay. All right. The stepper motor has 48 step angles. You know what is the meaning of that? A stepper motor is having 48 slots. A stepper motor is having 48 slots. The table must move a distance of 250 millimeter from the present position. So 250 millimeter is the total movement of the table from the present position at a linear velocity of 500 millimeters per minute. Velocity is 500 millimeters per minute. That is the linear velocity. Determine how many pulses are required to move the table to the specified distances. First is total number of pulses required. And number 2, the required motor speed and pulse rate to achieve the desired table velocity. So we have to find out RPM of stepper and frequency of pulses to find out to move 250 millimeter movement. Okay. So some answer. First question is very easy, and I think Rohit also given some answer. At least you try for 1 minute. At least you try for 1 minute, because unless and until you struggle, you will not learn. So first 1 or 2 minutes, you please try. First 1 or 2 minutes, you please try. But I think Rohit's answer is not correct actually. Others, what they are thinking? If you want to see the problem, I have written the data here. Problem is here. So because some of you want to see the problem is here. Problem is here. First question. How many pulses are required to move the table to the specified distance? I am sure this answer you can hit it correctly. I am sure this answer, first answer you can hit correctly. Tripathi, I don't know other answer because my answer is slightly different. Quite possible I may be wrong. My calculation may be wrong. I am not accepting that my answers are always correct because calculator I may do some mistake, but my answer is slightly different. Remember that there is a gearbox. Now this is the data we have written together. Gearbox, it's a reducing gear. 5 revolution of stepper comes 1 revolution of lead screw. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let us practice together. Anybody else who would like to give me the answer? Because in gate all varieties comes. So the variety I am giving you here now. Yato mat tato pat. Anyway, see, let us do together. Let us do together. See, my calculation may be wrong. Quite possible. Okay, na? You want to move 250 millimeter. It's a single start because number of starts are not given. So let us go slowly. Number of revolutions required. Number of revolutions required to move 250 mm is equals to 250 divided by 6. Is that okay? No? 250 divided by 6. Huh? This is the number of revolution of lead screw. Now, revolution of stepper required. Five revolution of stepper is a 1 revolution of lead screw. These many revolution require how many revolutions of stepper? So these many revolutions of stepper are required. These many revolutions of stepper are required to move 250 millimeter. Okay, na? Okay. So 1 revolution of stepper requires 48 pulses. Are correct na? Because number of slots are 48. It is given in the problem number of slots are 48. So when the 48 pulses are received, it will complete 1 revolution. So now total pulses are required to move 250 millimeter table is equals to 250 by 6 into 5 into 48. Give me the answer. Give me the answer. I know why my answer is slightly different because Karmakar, now our answers are matching. My answers are 10,000. My answer is 10,000. Others? Because why our answers were not matching before? Alright, that's the reason I told you, na? You have a cool head. You have a cool head. Yeah, correct. Now answers are coming. Why you made a mistake? You are a captain. If the captain is misleading, then there will be problem, na? Now it's correct or no? Everybody understood or no? Tell me. Tell me whether everybody understood or no? Answer will come, but I am more interested that everybody should understand it. Can you tell me in the chat box whether everybody understood this or no? I told you before also, in GATE exam, sometime they will put the gearbox, and sometime what they will do, they will vary the number of starts. They will vary the number of starts. So you should be prepared for both. That's the reason we have incorporated these problems. Now, can you tell me everybody? Aye. Pavan Dravedi, why 20,000? But my answer is aye. Arey? Calculator, where is my calculator? 15,000. Why? 8 छिंग 48 8 5 40 into 2 25 अरे 100 अरे 10,000 only simple calculation अरे simple calculation ना 10,000 answer will be 10,000 simple calculation. Now I want all of you to give me the answer of this. Frequency of pulses and RPM of stepper. RPM of stepper and the frequency of pulses. I want you to give me the answer. I want you to give me the answer. Try. No pain, no gain. If there is no pain, there will not be any gain. Give me the answer. At least you try. At least you try. Velocity of table is given to you. Velocity of table is given to you. I want you to give me the answer of RPM and the frequency of pulses. RPM and the frequency of pulses. Do try. Huh? Still I am waiting for the answer. I am waiting for the answer. Yeah, some answer came. Tell me what is this answer? Tell me what is this answer? RPM? अरे अरे ऐसा नहीं होता पवन द्विवेदी, ऐसा नहीं होता भाई. So what I told you, velocity is nothing but pitch into RPM. This is the RPM of lead screw. Are correct? That's the formula, na? Velocity is nothing but pitch into RPM of lead screw. Shall we take the next one, or this is okay? No, here only we will do, so that it is only on one slide. So velocity is 500 millimeters per minute, which is given 6 into RPM of lead screw. So RPM of lead screw is 500 by 6. So RPM of stepper will be will be 500 divided by 6 into 5, because it's a 5:1 ratio, na? So that is the RPM of stepper. And I also taught you one formula. RPM is nothing but 60 FP by NS. This is the RPM. NS is 48. Tell me what is FP. Are you correct, na? Do it. I want because I have calculated FP. I have calculated FP. Give me that answer. Calculate FP. Give me that answer of FP. Give me answer of FP. Yeah. Most of your answers are correct. Those who are, I am able to see in the chat box. Once again, velocity, because velocity of lead screw is given to you. This velocity is nothing but pitch into RPM, this RPM of lead screw. So pitch is given, velocity is given. I will calculate the RPM of lead screw. So RPM of lead screw we have calculated. RPM of lead screw we have calculated here. Okay. Now there is a gear ratio 5:1. So RPM of lead screw should be multiplied by 5 to get the value of RPM of stepper. Multiplied by 5 to get the value of RPM of stepper. And RPM of stepper and the frequency of pulse, there is a formula here. So when the RPM is given, NS, number of slots are 48. This data is given to you. NS is given, N is given. Calculate FP. Calculate FP. So very, very simple calculation. And the answer is, at least my answer is 333.3 hertz. 333.3 hertz. 333.3 hertz. Frequency is correct. 333.3 hertz. So I have introduced some variety here. Next question will be different variety. Okay. So let us learn variety so that we are in a better position to hit questions in actual GATE exam. If you see the PYQ, you will find many questions based on stepper. That's the reason I am focusing more on the stepper calculation today in automation. Okay, na? 333, correct. Yeah, most of you are correct. So 1 or 2 days before GATE exam, you should definitely see stepper motor calculation. One or 2 days before GATE exam, you should definitely see stepper calculations. Okay. Yeah. This is the new question. First of all, for 1 minute, you read the question. It's a very good question. Then we will compile the data together. First of all, you read the question. 2 stepper motors are used in an open loop system to drive the lead screw of XY positioning. The range of each axis is 550 mm. The shafts of the motor are connected directly to the lead screws. No gear reduction. There is no gearbox here. Okay, na? The lead screw pitch is 3 mm and the number of step angles on each motor is 120. How closely can the position of the table be controlled? Assuming there is no mechanical errors in the positioning system. So first question is about the BLU. Okay. Second question. What are the required rotational speeds of each stepper motor and corresponding pulse train frequencies to drive the table at 300 mm per minute in the straight line from point 00 to point 330 and 220? You do one thing. Frequency of pulse means basically, no, it's not a total pulses. It's not a total number of pulses, Pavan Dwivedi. This is a very good problem. I want you to read and write the data, compile the data, So there are two motors, X, Y. One motor movement is along X direction, another motor movement is along Y direction. Okay. So range of each axis is 550. 550. 550. Okay, range is same in both the cases. I'm just comparing the data. Later on we will solve it. First of all, let us compile the data. Okay, na? The shafts of the motor are connected directly to the lead screw and its pitch is 3 mm. Pitch is 3 mm and the number of step angles on each motor is 120. For both the motors, motor moving in X direction and Y direction, both the motors have 120 step angles, 120 slots, and the pitch is 3 mm. The stepper motor is connected to a lead screw and that pitch is 3 mm. Okay, na? So this is the data given. How closely can the position of the table be controlled? So first question is, what is the BLU? First question is, what is the BLU? Second question is, what are the required rotational speeds of each stepper motor and the corresponding frequency? This is FP and NS. NS means rotational speed of stepper. Once we get NS, we will get FP. Okay, na? To drive the table at 300 millimeters per minute, table speed is 300 millimeters per minute from 00 to 330 and 220. (330) 220 up to this point P. So I want to go from point O to P. So this is the data given to you. This is the data given to you. BLU calculation is very easy. BLE calculation is very easy, and some of you already given me the answer. BLE calculation is very easy. A is very easy. I'm not asking A. A anyway you will do it. What is BLU? Table resolution. BLU or table resolution is how much is the minimum advancement I can give to the table. How much is the minimum advancement I can give to the table? So here gearbox is also not there. Gearbox is not there. Also, number of start information is also not available. Number of start information is not available. So take it as a single start. So BLU will be nothing but pitch divided by NS. In one revolution, it advances by 2-3 millimeter. And in one revolution, 120 pulses will come. So corresponding one pulse, how much is the movement? This much. Solve this. 0.0 12 12.60. This is the BLU. So BLU calculation is not a problem. BLU calculation is not a problem. What exactly I want from all of you, okay, Very good, very good. All of you are correct in this BLU calculation. All of you are correct. What I exactly want from all of you, that there are two stepper motors, one along x-axis, one along y-axis. What is the speed and what is the frequency of pulses? Ns and frequency of pulses for moving the stylus from O to P. Suppose I want to move along this direction, both x and y stepper motor has to move, because when the cutter is moving along this line, so x direction motor is also moving, y direction motor also moving simultaneously. What are these values? I want to know that. Try. Huh? Try. Try. I will do some different color. This velocity is v, and it is 300 millimeters per minute. Chat box became silent because all of you are thinking that I will give you some hint, then you will start. If I solve everything in one go, where is the learning process then? If I dealt everything before you start, before you struggle, where is the learning process? So you struggle little bit, then I will come into picture. At least one answer if you can give me. At least one answer. At least one answer. I want to move my cutter from point O to P. So both stepper motor has to move simultaneously. X and Y. Both stepper motor has to move simultaneously to move the cutter along OP. And X. NX, yeah, I have calculated slightly different answer, NX. Karmakar. I may be wrong once again, but it is not matching with my answer. Okay, anybody else? Duvedi. Okay. Still it's not matching with my answer. Struggle little bit. Struggle little bit. Struggle little bit. Let us see Karmakar again, modified answer. Struggle little bit. So remember this, no pain, no gain. All right. Where is our captain of Indian team? So today is a match, na? India, some match, Bangladesh match is there. So he may be busy preparing the team for match with Bangladesh. Some answer. It's not that, in Hindi we can call दिमाग की बत्ती जलनी चाहिए बस. It's easy. It is not worth more than 2 lines. This answer is not worth more than 2 lines. But tube light should be on. Tube light should be on. So I am waiting for the tube light to be on. I am waiting for the tube light to be on. Okay, I will give you a hint. I will give you a hint. Look at the board. Velocity along OP direction is given to you. Now, I want to calculate this velocity Vx and the velocity Vy. Because how much is the velocity of stepper motor X? How much is the velocity of stepper motor Y? So, let us say this angle is theta. So, theta angle, how can I calculate? Tan theta is equals to 220 divided by 330. By that, you will get the value of theta. Okay. So now Vx is nothing but 300 cos theta and the Vy is 300 sin theta. So my stepper motor in x direction has to move with this velocity. My stepper motor in x direction has to move with this velocity. My stepper motor in y direction has to move with this velocity. Okay? And the velocity and ns, what is the relationship between velocity and ns? Velocity and ns, Vx is nothing but pitch into RPM of x motor. Vy is nothing but pitch into RPM of y motor. So you will get the value of nx it's nx and it's ny. So you can get the value of nx and ny, and n we know that 60 fp by ns. ns is same for both the stepper motors. So once n is given, you will calculate fp. Now you do it. Now you do it, please. Now you do it. Now you do it. Answers. Now understood how to calculate? First of all, we have to know what is the velocity of stepper motor in x direction and y direction. So x direction stepper motor has to move with what velocity? That should be known. Now tell me, please tell me. Please tell me. Now give me the answer. Now please give me the answer. I am waiting in the chat box. Answers. I am waiting for the answers in the chat box. My theta is 21.8 degree. I have calculated 21.8 degree. Now other calculations will be easy. Yeah. Dvedi, again my answers are different. I don't know what you are doing. Slightly off. I don't know. I may be wrong, but my answers are slightly different now. Even now. Procedure, entire procedure I have given to you. Entire procedure I have given to you now. My answers are 92.83 RPM. Let me know whether this answer is correct or not. 37.1 RPM. Just tell me whether these answers are correct. Oh. Oh, maybe I made some calculation mistake in the, I think, angle. Is that correct? That's what I told you. Sometime my calculator may be slightly off. Acha, theta is, whether Rohit is correct? 33.6 degrees. Now these answers will be different then. I will agree with by whatever answer you give now. I will agree with whatever answer you give. So 80. Now tell me what is nx and ny. What is nx and ny? What is nx and ny? What is nx and ny? So nx is 82.2, correct na? I think theta, there was some error in theta. So with that, nx value will be 82.2 rpm. No, velocity is given, na? No. Why 396.6? No, it's the 300 only. Because 300, na, rpm. 300 millimeters per minute, it's the data given, na? So that component along x and y direction we have to know. Component along x and y direction we have to know. Nx and y is 55.47. Check whether I think nearby here and there, I think this answer should match. Karmakar. No. Karmakar. In the question, overall velocity along OP 300 is given to you. That we have to resolve along the x and y direction. The overall velocity needs to be resolved in the x and y direction. To know that, no, okay. Mind became hot, Karmakar. Okay, na? No problem. Sometimes it becomes hot. That's the reason we should keep on drinking water. I hope all of you understood this question. Because I am discussing variety, that's the reason I am going a little slow. Understood how to handle these problems? Shall I move forward or no? Tell me in the chat box quickly. Shall I move in the forward direction? Please let me know in the chat box. Shall I move in the forward direction? Okay, good. See the next problem. See the next problem. It's also a beautiful problem. Sixth problem is also a beautiful problem. Easy one. One axis of NC positioning system is driven by a stepping motor. The motor is connected to a lead screw whose pitch is 4 mm. A stepper is connected to a lead screw and the lead screw pitch is 4 mm. And the lead screw drives the table. The control resolution for the table is specified as 0.015 mm. So basic length unit is 0.015 mm. Understood? As the data is given, I am writing on the board. Okay? As the data is given, I am writing on the board. The number of step angles required to achieve the specified control resolution. So first question is, you have to find out number of steps, size of each step angle in the motor, meaning what is the step angle? Linear travel rate of the motor at the pulse frequency of 200 pulses per second. If Fp is 200 hertz, what is the velocity? This is the data and this is the problem. Because some of you say that you saw the problem. So 1 minute you see the problem, then we will solve it together. It's an easy one. Next problem is a little tricky. Seventh problem is a little tricky. This is relatively easier problem. And the 7th problem is relatively easy. Okay? Okay. No gearbox, no number of starts. PLU is this much. So can I say NS is nothing but 4 divided by 0.015? 4 divided by 0.015, 266.6. See, number of steps cannot be in the fractions. Number of steps cannot be in the fractions. So you say 267. So number of steps are 267. It's an easy one. No question. It is even. Very good. Very good. Step angle is 360 divided by NS divided by 267. So the alpha, you can get the value of alpha 1.34 degrees. Now, third question, can you give me the answer? Third question, can you give me the answer? Linear velocity of table. Linear velocity of table, can you give me the answer of that? Linear velocity of table, can you give me the answer? Linear velocity of table, please give me the answer. Yeah. Acha, captain of team said that our team against Bangladesh, and he's again back to the gate preparation. Okay, linear velocity, I'm waiting for that. Yeah. Ankit SAO, Senior Administrative Officer. SAO means Senior Administrative Officer. Correct, na? It's correct answer. It's a correct answer. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah, it's correct answer. So velocity will be pitch into RPM. So we have to calculate RPM. It is nothing but 60 FP by NS. So 60 FP means 200, NS is 267. Put the value of N here, pitch is given to you, calculate the velocity. And the velocity comes out to be 180 millimeters per minute, correct? 180 millimeters per minute. 180 millimeters per minute. Correct answer. Very good. Correct answer. करेक्ट आंसर. त्रिपाठी कौन सा आंसर बता रहे हो? It's a correct answer, 180 millimeters per minute. Tripathi, I think giving the problem answer of the last problem, I think there is some Drupet Sonagara. You are from which state? Okay, correct, na? Next question. It's an easy question, but there is a fundamental involved in it. See, last problem I told you, na, suppose the velocity is given, you resolve along the x and y direction and then go ahead with the solution. I told you one procedure. Now in the next problem, the fundamental is slightly twisted. Let us see if anybody can hit it. in actual gate exam, do not be in the rush to give answer. Do not be in the rush to give answer. Acha, Jamnagar, Gujarat. Very good. Very sad to know the tragedy actually in Gujarat bridge. Such people are really, it's a corruption basically. Okay. Don't be in rush to give answer. Think over it before answering. Answer will be 2 lines. But think before it. Let us see who can hit. Let us see who can hit. Huh? Yeah. Answer is easy. Question is easy. So question number 7 and question number 8 are very good questions. Question number 7 and question number 8 are very good questions. Okay, na? So we will read together and compile the data. We will read together and compile the data. A component insertion machine takes 2 seconds to put a component into a printed circuit board. I am making a PCB, printed circuit board. So a robo arm takes 2 seconds to insert in printed circuit board. Once the board has been positioned under the insertion head, the XY table that positions the PC board uses a stepper motor directly linked to a lead screw for each axis. Okay, na? X axis there will be separate stepper motor, Y axis there will be separate stepper motor. Okay, na? So solution. Two-second time is required to insert that thing into a PCB, and lead screw pitch is 5 mm. Pitch is 5 mm. Pitch is 5 mm. And the step angle is 7.2 degrees. Step angle is 7.2 degrees. I am just writing the data. The Tarvata we will discuss. Okay, na? And the pulse train frequency is 400 hertz. Pulse train frequency is 400 hertz. This is your FP. Okay, na? Huh. 2 components are placed on a PC board, one each at position 25-25 and another is 50-150. So X direction, Y direction. So one is 25-25 P, and the second component is 50-150. 50-150. So we 2 components are placed on this location. One is 25-25 and another is a 50-150. Okay, I am just compiling the data. Where coordinates in millimeter, the sequence of a position is 0, 0. So what is the sequence? Sequence is O to P to Q and back. And this is the sequence. What is the sequence? It will go from O to P to Q and O back. This is the sequence of movement of our stepper motors. Okay, this is the sequence of our stepper motors. Very nice, very nice. So this whole thing, I have compiled the data on a sheet, but the question is still there. The time required to unload the completed board and load the next blank onto the machine table is 5 seconds. So loading, unloading takes 5 seconds. Loading, unloading takes 5 seconds. Assume that 0.5 second is lost due to acceleration and deceleration. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? As I told you, so there are 3 movements of my steppers: 0 to P, P to Q, and Q to O. So when the stepper is going from O to P, from O there will be acceleration, then deceleration at P, put the printed circuit board. Now from P, again acceleration, deceleration, put the board. Again acceleration, deceleration, again. So 3 times there will be acceleration and deceleration, because the speed cannot be uniform. Speed of motor cannot be uniform. So acceleration, deceleration consume 0.25 seconds. Acceleration, deceleration consume 0.25 seconds. What is the hourly production rate for this PC board? So question is asking about what is the production rate. I will summarize, because I was discussing and we were compiling the data. I will explain to you what is this here. We have 2 printed circuit boards, and one robo arm has to put that thing into P location and Q location. And the robo arm is controlled by 2 stepper motors, X and Y direction. So it originates from here, go to P, fix it, go to Q, fix it, and comes back on O. Loading, unloading time is 5 seconds. And there are 3 movements, O to P, P to Q, and Q to O. In all the 3 movements, 0.25 seconds are lost in acceleration and deceleration. 5 millimeter is the pitch, and for stepper, 7.2 degrees the step angle, and the frequency of pulse is 400 hertz. Now we have to find out the production rate. We have to find out the production rate. So can you try these things? Can you try this thing? So our movement is O, P, Q, O. O to P, P to Q, and Q to O. That is my sequence of movement. That is my sequence of movement. So I will start off, just you help me a little bit. Number of steps on a stepper motor is 360 divided by 7.2. Correct, na? Step angle is given to you. So number of steps on the stepper motor, you can calculate by this method. And it is 50. Simple formulas I am using. RPM of stepper is 60 FP by NS. FP is given 400, NS is 50. So RPM of stepper. Do it, we will do together. Please do it together. Give me the answer. Give me the answer, please. NS, let us do it together. Please give me the answer. You know, this I am generating PDF, and this PDF is provided to all of you. After the class, you know what you should do? This question number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You again read this question and again see my solution. Again read this question, again see my solution. because these questions I have set for champions. Initial first 3 questions are very easy. After that, average. Now I have increased the difficulty level. These five questions are for champions. So please read this question and see my solutions again. So RPM, what is RPM? Okay. Now pitch is given to you. You can calculate velocity. Velocity is nothing but pitch into RPM. So it is 5 into 480. 5 into 480 comes out to be 2400 millimeters per minute. 2400 millimeters per minute. You can convert into second also. Divide by 60. 40 millimeters per second. 40 millimeters per second. Study material. No, this Abhyas is the same sequence as that of crash course. Same sequence of crash course. So this is the velocity of a stepper and velocity of the lead screw. 40 millimeters per second is the velocity. Okay. Now funda starts. Up to this point, everybody is okay. No. Production rate, Karmakar, I think no. Don't calculate production rate. Funda starts now. Ready? Up to this point, everybody will calculate. Up to this point, everybody will get the calculate. Everybody should look at the board. Everybody should look at the don't calculate production rate. There are 3 movements. First movement is O to P. Second movement is P to Q. Third movement is Q to O. There are 3 movements, na? There are 3 movements. Now, velocity for both the stepper will be same. Velocity will be same. Now the big question comes. How much distance I will take? Head should be cool. Head should be cool. 40 millimeter per second is the movement of this stepper as well as this stepper. 40 millimeter per second is the velocity of this stepper as well as this stepper. But actually I am moving along this line, na? Both are 25. Both are 25. So distance moved will be 25 mm. I will not take this diagonal distance because this is the velocity of individual stepper, na? So when this moves 25 millimeter, this will also move 25 millimeter. So my robo arm will move along this line because Fx and Fy are moving simultaneously. Now can you tell me how much will be the movement in P and Q? In P and Q, X stepper moves 25 millimeter, correct, na? But Y stepper moves 125 millimeter. X stepper moves 25 millimeter, Y stepper moves 125 millimeter. I will take the larger value. I will take the larger value. Because X will come here quickly, but Y will take a lot of time. So I will take the larger value. In Q2O, X move only 50, Y move 150. So I will take larger value 150. Array, this point everybody understood or no? Array, this point everybody understood or no? I will take the larger value. Understood or no? It was a very important concept. So now calculate the time of movement. I will do the next page. So time consumed in movement along O to P, P to Q, Q to O. So O to P is 25 mm, 25 by 40 seconds, and this was 125 by 40 seconds, and this is 150 by 40. First of all, do the calculation. First of all, do the calculation. First of all, do the calculation. करंट कट गया था, सीनियर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर, करंट कट गया था आपका, है? डू द कैलकुलेशन प्लीज, डू द कैलकुलेशन प्लीज. I hope everybody is doing the calculation together. Please do the calculation. This comes out to be 0.625. This comes out to be 3.125. And this comes out to be 3.75. Movement. This is clear, na? This is clear. Very good, very good. Just for 30 seconds, I will stop so that you can do your respective calculations. So that you can do your respective calculations. Okay. Everybody should hear me. Loading, unloading time is 5 seconds, means when we are loading the P1 Q and unloading is 5 seconds. Acceleration, deceleration time is 0.25 seconds. And this acceleration, deceleration time will be counted from O to P, P to Q, and Q to O. And what is this 2 second given? See, what is the value of what is this 2 second? Yeah. Component insertion machine takes 2 seconds. So, loading, unloading 5 seconds. Okay? Loading, unloading is 5 seconds. When I'm moving from O to P, there are 3 times. First is the movement time. Second is the acceleration, deceleration time. And third one is the insertion time. Insertion time is 2 seconds. When I'm moving from P to Q, again there are 3 times. Time consumed in moving between P to Q. Acceleration, deceleration time, and inserting the PCB into the work. Now, when I'm coming from Q to O, there are only 2 times. Movement time and acceleration, deceleration time, because we are not inserting anything at all, na? Okay, na? So, total time to get one product. Total time to get one product. Total time to get one product. Loading, unloading time. OP PQ, and QO. So OP 0.625, acceleration deceleration time is 0.25 seconds, insertion time is 2 seconds. So this is the OP case. P2Q is 3.125, acceleration deceleration time and insertion time. On Q2O there is no insertion, na? Malla, we are not inserting the PCB there, na? So how much is the time? 3.75 plus acceleration deceleration, there is no insertion time. So this is the total time. That much total time in second. So production rate per hour is nothing but 3600 divided by T. I need this answer in the chat box. Do it. I need this answer in the chat box. Please do it. I need this answer in the chat box. It is a very good question. So this question, next question, whenever you are getting the PDF file, please read this question, see the solution, and try to develop fundamentals. Try to develop fundamentals. Very good, very good. Very good. Very good. Answer will come out to be 208.7. At least that is my answer. Yeah, 208.7. Most of you are getting the same answer. Most of you are getting the same answer. Most of you are getting the same answer. It was really very beautiful problem. I have taken so much time to explain, but actually if you solve it, answer will not take more than 2 minutes. Actually in the exam, if you solve this, it will not take more than 2 minutes. It will not take more than 2 minutes, but because I was telling you the detailed procedure, that is the reason it took time. That is the reason it took time. But in exam, if you know the funda, it will not take more than 2 minutes. Okay. Shall I move to the next problem? That is also a very beautiful problem. Next problem is also a very beautiful problem. Next problem is also a very beautiful problem. Okay. Very, very beautiful problem. Very beautiful problem. Read the problem. Read the problem. Shaw, Milton C. Shaw. Milton C. Shaw. Okay, let us read the problem. A numerical control drill press drill 4 10mm diameter holes at 4 locations on a flat aluminum plate in a production work cycle. Although the plate is only 12mm thick, the drill must travel a full 20 millimeter vertically at each hole location to allow for clearance above the plate and breakthrough of the drill on the underside of the plate. See, it's a language looks very lengthy, but it is not very lengthy language. See, question is, suppose there is a plate. Although the plate thickness is 12 mm, but we are giving feed of 20 mm so that to make sure that the hole is through and through. So that the hole is through and through. Okay, na? And diameter of hole is 10 mm. 10 mm is the diameter of hole. Okay, na? 4 10 millimeter diameter holes at 4 locations on the flat aluminum plate and a production per cycle. Although the plate is only 12 millimeter thick, the drill must travel a full 20 millimeter vertically at each hole location to allow for clearance above the plate and breakthrough of the drill on the underside of the plate. Cutting conditions are: speed is 0.4 meters per second. Speed is, I think I will change the color. Speed is 0.4 meters per second, and the feed is 0.1 millimeters per revolution. Feed is 0.1 millimeters per revolution. Hole locations are indicated in the following table. So whatever data was given, I have written. These are the hole locations. Drill starts at 0.00 and returns to the same position after the work cycle and completed. The travel rate of the table is moving from the one coordinate to position to another at a speed of 500 millimeters per minute. So 25, 25, 2500, 100, 100. So if I plot it, A, B, C, D, 25, 25, 100. So A, B, C, D. So now the movement will be from origin to go to A, B, C, D and back. That will be the movement. That will be the movement of our spindle. Go to A, B, C, D and back. Okay. So whatever in and the travel rate of the table movement, that velocity of table is 500 millimeters per minute. Yeah, millimeters per minute. What is this velocity? It is this the velocity for drill, and this is the velocity for table. Like we are performing the drilling operation, na? Drilling operation, that velocity is 0.4 meters per second. And when the table is moving in this direction, that velocity is 500 millimeters per minute. So this is the information available on page number 2. Third page is, owing to the effect of acceleration and deacceleration, time required for control system to achieve final positioning, a time loss of 3 seconds is experienced at each stopping position. Okay, na? So 3 seconds is a time lost on each stopping position. On each stopping position. Okay. Assume that all moves are made so as to minimize the total cycle time. If the loading and unloading of the plate takes 20 seconds, 20 seconds is a loading, unloading. Like in the last problem also we have discussed loading and unloading. Here also, here also. Determine the time required for the work cycle. Total time. Question is asking. This is the summary sheet. I will explain the summary sheet to you a little bit again. Summary sheet I will discuss with you. We have an aluminum plate. Once again, summary of the data. Anyway, this sheet you will get it after the class, so there is no issue. All the thickness is 12 mm, but I am moving 20 mm. I am moving 20 mm, so that hole is through and through. Now there are 4 holes. So from origin, initially the tool goes here, then here, then here, then here. It goes like this. This is the path followed by our drill. Okay. So for the calculation, 2 types of time will come. For calculation, 2 types of time will come. First time is movement of drill, and the second is the movement of table. Movement of table. Once we are performing the drilling operation, time is pretty much same for everything. So for drill, calculations are easy. Machining time is nothing but L by Fn. Length of trouble is 20 mm. F is 0.1 into N. And how to calculate N? V is equals to pi dN. So 0.4 into 60 converts into minute. Pi, diameter of drill is 10, and calculate N. Put the value of N here. Can you tell me what is Tm? Do it, please. What is the Tm? Please do it. Please do it. What is the Tm? This is the time required to make one hole. This is the time required to make one hole. Okay? Time required to make through hole one, huh? Okay? All right. How much it is coming? How much it is coming? My answer comes out to be 0.262 minute. 0.262 minute. Check whether it is okay or not. Check whether it is okay or not. Check whether it is okay or not. Minutes. In the minutes, yeah, you are calculating in seconds. That is also okay. That is also okay. But I want most of the dimensions to be in minute so that my calculation is easy. I will give you 1 minute time so that you can copy certain things. So that you can copy certain things. Okay. Look at the board. Look at the board. You are performing the drilling operation. So tool goes with the feed. No information is given that with what speed tool will come back after drilling. No information is given that after drilling operation with what speed tool will come back to rapid plane. When no information given, take the same speed as that of feed. So total time in making one drill, total time in making one drill is nothing but 2 tm. But we have to make the 4 holes. So time making 4 holes will be 4 into 2 tm. So this, why I have multiplied by 2? Let us say retraction time is also same. Tool is also coming back to rapid plane with the feed. Suppose some different velocity is given, I will take that velocity. Okay, so that is the time consumed in making 4 holes, and that answer for me comes out to be 2.096 minute. 2.096 minute. So actually you do one thing. 2 minutes you look at me. So note down this answer and you have to do the calculation. I will tell you the procedure. Now I have to see the movement of table, how much time consumed in the movement of table. Table goes from 0 to A to B, B to C, C to D, and finally D to A. So O to A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. So how much is the movement? O to A is 25 under root 2. A to B, this is 100 minus 25. A to B is 75. B to C, 100 minus 25 plus 75. C to D is again 75. Now DA, this DA, this is 100, this is 25. So can I say DA is nothing but under root 100 square plus 25 square. DA is under 100 square plus 25 square. So this is the total movement of table. This plus this plus this plus this, the total movement of table. Is that okay with everyone with the total movements? Calculate the total movement. Calculate the total movement, how much it is. Giving you 1 minute free time. Calculate the total movement. Calculate the total movement. How much is the total movement in millimeters for the table? How much is the total movement for the table? How much is the total movement for the table? How much is the total movement for the table? The total movement for the table 363.4. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Now everybody should look at me. First movement, second movement, third movement, fourth movement, and fifth movement. Table velocity is this. Okay, now there are 5 movements. So acceleration, deceleration time will be 5 times. Time to drill hole is 2.096. Now time of table movement. Time of table movement is, how much was basically 363.43, and the table speed is 500. So there are 5 movements, na? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for that, acceleration, deceleration time is 3 seconds, I think. Yeah, 3 seconds. And second, I'm converting into minute. This portion is nothing but this is the time consumed in acceleration and deceleration. Acceleration, deceleration. And this is the time consumed in the table movement. So calculate this time. Let us say this is a T2. And this is T1. And this time is T2. This time is T2. Calculate the time T2. Please calculate the time T2. Please calculate the time T2. And this, my answer comes 0.977 minute. 977 minute. 977 minute. Okay, most of you are already getting it. So total time to make one piece is nothing but 0.977 plus previous time 2.096 plus loading and unloading time. Loading and unloading time is 20 seconds, na? This is the loading and unloading. Loading and unloading time. So total time consumed in making one product is 3.406 minutes. 3.406 minutes. That is the total time in making one product. 3.406. See, although we have taken a lot of time to solve this problem, but if you know the concept, it will be very quick. What exactly I recommend to all of you, because see, next 3 problems, 9, 10, 11 problems are very easy, because these problems are based on apt. But especially this 7th and 8th problem, I want to see you again after the class. You will get the PDF version maybe by the evening. I don't know by what time we upload it. So just look at the solution and read the problem. And without looking at the solution, please solve this problem number 7 or 8. So that is your answer. That is your answer. Okay, na? Now, next 3 problems are very, very easy. 1 minute each problem. These problems are related to apt, automatic program tool. Once this problem appeared in GATE, I think 3-4 years back. Okay, everybody look at the board. I don't know whether you have studied these things in your graduation or no. This is the geometry, and these are the motion commands. Motion commands. Okay, na? My tool is moving along this direction. This is L4, L3. So now I want to move my tool along this curvature C1. So I want to move my tool from this point to this point. For that, what is the command? Tangent means tangent to. Tangent to. And in the apt, one word should not be more than 6 alphabet. And between the 2 information, there should be a gap. What is the meaning of past? I will keep on giving the feed till this condition arises. Past means I will keep on moving the cutter with the same feed till this condition arises. So here, what is the correct answer? From here, point number 3, I want to move to point number 4. So go to. It's a motion command statement, go to. Then C1 past L4, whether it's correct or no. Because no information is given, cutter can move like this and like this. And if the cutter moves like this, it's a wrong statement, na? So A cannot be the correct answer. Now in the second statement, X large C1. This is the X large. And this is the X small. So when the curve is going like this, it is called X small. When the curve is going like this, it is called X large. So X large is the correct statement because my cutter will move along this curve. X small means cutter will move along this curve. Past 10 to L4. So how long we have to move with the feet? Till the circle becomes tangent to L4. So B is the correct statement. I think some of you, those who have not studied apt, it will be difficult. So in the regular class, we are going to spend a lot of time on this apt. So but anyway, because it's Abhyas, we are assuming that you know apt. So answer B is correct. Some of you can see my detailed notes also. I have covered automation. The detailed notes also, you see, all these things are covered. So answer is B. Now here, I want to define line L1. L1 is line L1. P3 is that point. So L1 is a line. Can I say per to L2? Per to means perpendicular to. Per to means perpendicular to. Okay. Of course, it's a per to L2. But which point? At least one point should be defined, na? So A cannot be the answer. There is no such command along. There is no such command along in apt. Now line L1, it's a one word int of. Int of is one word. L1 int of L2. L1 int of L2. So no information is being communicated here. But see the D. Line passing through point P1, passing through point P3, and it's perpendicular to L2. Perpendicular to L2. So there will be a unique line. L1 is line perpendicular to L2, passing through P3, it will be a unique line. So answer will be D. Anyway, these questions are basically, you see my automation notes. And if there is any difficulty, I will be available in the Telegram channel. Okay, na? So any help, Telegram channel will be available. So no, Gmail I don't have. I have only Yahoo. Shodesh_108 yahoo.co.in. That's it. This is the last question. LFT means left 10 toe. RGT means right 10 toe. So how exactly we define left and right? Here the concept I want to teach you. Suppose I am going from origin. Let us say circle. And this is the origin of circle. How the left and rights are defined? I am going from origin towards the center of the circle. Going from the origin towards the center of the circle, this is my right and this is my left. From origin, I am going towards the center of the circle. This is my right and this is my left. So this will be right 10 toe. Okay, na? And center, this will be left 10 to. 10 to means tangent. So L1 is a line which is right 10 to C1 and the left 10 to C2. See? Right 10 to C1 and the left 10 to C2. Once again, from the origin, I am going towards the center of the circle. My right hand side is called right. My left hand side is called left. So answer will be C. Thank you very much. So although I took a little more time, but that was our automation Abhyas. We have taken very, very beautiful problems. And if there is any difficulty, I am always there in the Telegram channel for your support. Our PW mechanical Telegram channel. So any difficulty till the gate exam, our entire team, PW team, is available for your support. Don't hesitate to ask any question. So thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Telegram channel is there already. Our backend team, I request them to put in this video some Telegram channel. Links are there actually. See, if you see below, all the Telegram links are available below. So please click it and join it. And I wish you all the best. Get good rank और अपने parents का नाम रोशन करो. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all. All the best.